I have seen a lot of debate over the inclusion of a pregnant infected and the said infected giving birth in 28 years later. I know a lot of people thought this was kind of weird, maybe out of place. However, I think this is a very deliberate and purposeful inclusion by Garland and Boyle. And here's why. A lot of this movie focuses on war and the effects that war and living in war times can have on young men, especially in that environment. I think Garland is really focused right now with his projects between Civil War warfare and 28 years later. He's very focused on the topic of young men who join the military at such a young age and don't fully understand what they're going to war for, or like the full consequences of joining the armed forces. That is why he's making so many parallels with the boots, boots, boots poem. When Spike is first going on the island, that is why we have the Swedish soldier. And in addition to that, I think there's a big focus on how the infected are infected. They are people who are infected, not zombies. And so I think they're saying a lot about how we humanize or dehumanize people in war. For example, I think a lot of times, especially living in the US, when we think of casualties in other countries, they're just a number, they're just the other. We're not thinking of them as people who are being impacted by US policy. I think that is something that Garland is very much calling out in his writing, as well as Danny Boyle with his directorial choices. And I think that is going along with what the infected giving birth represents. I think it's very clear that the baby is not infected. And I think that's going to show, again, that the infected are people. They are humans, even if they are infected and feel like the enemy. I think this is going to come up a lot more in the sequels as well, so I'm excited to see what they do with it.